hope everyone's having a great day. It's actually a sunny, beautiful day out today. A little chilly in the morning. We had some frost this morning. But today's video, I'm going to address a comment that was on one of my channels that I did like a year ago or so. It was about changing the oil on the Toro Time Master. I think I called it no more tipping. We are going to try it his way. Now I know where he's coming from, and I'll explain that later on towards the end of the video, what he means. And it actually is very, very smart if you're in the type of business that he's in. For me, just using the pump that I use makes a lot of sense, but we are going to give it a shot because it does sound pretty easy, and I'm going to be changing the oil of my grandstand at the same time, so that's why I'm going to do it this way. Let me get set up here and I'll jump right back in and we'll start changing some oil. Here's what we got going on here. I got a little container here that's going to catch the oil. I got my dipstick that I'm going to pull off. The only reason why I don't have an oil pan, because I only have one. I always use a pump for this and the oil pan for my grandstand. So I'm going to pull the dipstick, set it off to the side, and I got this on the edge of my garage here, and we're going to try to tilt this back and drain the oil. Okay. We're just going to set that down there. Awesome. It's working. So that's good. As you can see here, just got to get it tilted back. One thing that you're going to have to be paying attention to is gas will leak out of here. Now, I just started it up to heat it up also. I didn't show that on video, so it's draining. Now we're going to get over to my grandstand here while that's going on. And I dropped my deck all the way down. It's going to catch that. We're going to pull this bolt off here for my drain. All I'm using is 11/16 and these channel locks here to hold this. So my grandstand's already warmed up. Let's see if we can get that off. There we go. Oop, let that start draining. Then we're going to pull the filter off. Making a mess here. There we go. And then we're going to pull the dipstick out, and then it should really start flowing. There it goes. Fairly simple. Let me grab a napkin. Now, here's the oil that I'm going to use. This is the Kawasaki oil, 4-cycle engine oil, SAE 30. That's what I'm using. It almost takes 2 quarts, but it's like a quart and about 24 ounces or so. It's almost 2 quarts. We'll check it when we fill it up. Now here's what I use for the Time Master, and this is the Briggs 4-cycle SAE 30. This whole jug, 18 ounces, goes in there, so works out really good for that. Alright, so while the grandstand's finishing up, as you can see, worked out really good. Actually a lot simpler than the pump and a lot quicker, so this might be my new way. So I appreciate that, viewer, and isn't that what YouTube's about? To learn new things, and that really saves some time. So we're going to put that over here. We are going to go grab the Briggs while the grandstand's done. And the reason that viewer said that, and it made tons of sense, and I absolutely agree with him now, is because he said try doing 5 or 6 grandstands. Try to do 5 or 6 Time Masters at once. And he's like, and you'll see what I mean. Now I do. He can flip these all over and get oil changed extremely fast. Now I change my oil in my Time Master here every 25 hours. I did put an hour meter on it. That really helps me. I recommend doing that before you even run it. So I try to do this every 25 hours, even though mine recommends 50. My grandstand, I think, recommends 200. I'm not quite sure 200, but I do it every 100. I just cut it in half. I'd rather do that than something go wrong. Let's look at this. Here we go. All right, let's jump back over to the grandstand. Still going. Now I dropped my deck completely on the ground. There's not even a pin in. Nice and easy. Dropped it down there. It's coming along good. When I'm changing this oil too in the grandstand, I'm on a slight little slope down my driveway. Not much of a slope, but just enough. And I made a little bit of a mess this time. Wasn't prepared like I should be. Make sure you have some paper towels or something, especially when you screw off the filter. All right, now I'm going to put the filter on. Now, just hand tighten the filter. So just put a little around here. I like to put a little bit of oil. I don't know if people do this or not, but some of the old oil, I don't fill the filter up. I don't know, maybe you do. You can leave a comment if you do, if you recommend it. We're just going to spin this back on. Just hand tight. Going to get our bolt, put it back on. Same way. Just tighten it down. I got the channel locks to hold the back side of it. Tighten this down. That should be good. We're going to pull that pan out of there. This is probably the hardest part, getting this pan out of there without spilling anything. I kind of got too big of a one, I think. Maybe I'll look into getting a smaller one. All right, let me grab a funnel. Make sure your funnel is nice and clean also. You don't want any dust or anything getting down in there. Now we're going to fill this up. So one quart's going to go in, and then we're going to monitor the other quart. Here we go. One thing's for sure is you make sure that you maintain these mowers, and they'll last a very long time. All right. Let's crack open that other one. Remember, it's almost 2 quarts. I'm going to start this up now. And then we're going to run this, and I'm going to run the Time Master, and we're going to see if it needs some more oil or not, see if any leaks or anything. All right, let me grab a napkin. See where we're at here. Make sure you screw that all the way on your dipstick. Just don't set it in there. Yep, we're good. That's good on the grandstand. That was pretty simple. And I got to change 2 mowers. Now let's start up the Time Master. Let this run for a second. Grab a napkin. Remember to put this on. I like to turn it, pull it back out, and we're good to go there. So now all I got to do is dispose of all this old oil, and I'll probably put some of it back into here, or I like to save a milk jug, just throw it in the milk jug. But wanted to say appreciate that commenter, because this saved me tons of time. I'm not sure how long this video is, but that's how fast I did an oil change on a grandstand and a Time Master.